Hey, my Married at First Sight Australia fans. We are back once again with a new week and a commitment ceremony. First, we have to talk about the fact that Melinda and Leighton are still struggling. We also have our golden couple having problems, and Bronte has returned to the experiment to have her say once and for all. But the final decision is it what we expect? We got to find out. Welcome back to Romance Review TV. It's Lady T, and I got another recap for you guys. Married at First Sight Australia, Season 10, Episode 29. And without any further ado, let's talk about this final commitment ceremony. So, this particular episode marks a huge milestone for our couples. They have made it to the final commitment ceremony of this entire experiment for this season. And of course, it's been a crazy journey for some of our couples compared to some of the others. And that includes, of course, Bronte and Harrison, who was at last we seen broken up after Bronte announced that she was flying back home. Well, she's returned to the experiment to have her say once and for all, and we'll talk about them a little bit later. So let's first start talking about our two CEOs, Melinda and Leighton. Now, Melinda says her and Leighton's relationship is the worst it's ever been, all thanks to what? The partner swap challenge.
We got home from the dinner party last night and we haven't spoken since. I guess for me, I'm questioning if it's ever going to work.
That we had last night, I sort of feel like anytime something like that comes up, it just goes round and round in circles, and I'm really not sure how to get some sort of resolution or how this is resolved.
You're just a brick wall. Listen to me for once. Feel how I'm feeling. Put yourself in my shoes. I'm struggling with you and your mindset and your approach on things and your shut off and your unreasonableness. I don't know what to do anymore. I need him to show some empathy towards how I'm feeling. Still not understanding why I'm sad. I don't know how to get him in my shoes or see it in your way, but then also make room in your mind for another perspective. I put myself in your shoes constantly. I'm waiting for you to come into mine, just once. This guy in front of me, worth everything I'm going through, if his mindset is so closed off, I'm at the end of the road. I can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
Had enough. 10 weeks of this bullshit. This is a one-way relationship.
So where does this leave you?
If I was to look at this relationship and give advice to a friend, mine would be more like, wake up. It's not working. You keep clashing. So what are you doing? It's never gonna work. I like the conversations on the couch with the experts. I really get something from them, but I'm losing hope.
So now we're at the commitment ceremony, and Leighton explains that he didn't even want to take part in this challenge because a lot of his and Melinda's relationship was taken away because of external noise, and it's just pretty much a polite way of saying how much he despises Bronte and Harrison. Now, he is also adamant that he understood the task, but he didn't even want to move in with a woman he's not married to, and I can understand that. However, John is like he isn't sure that Leighton is getting the bigger picture. Really, John? And encourages him yet again to stop being so analytical. Wow. Now, Melinda feels like Leighton doesn't make her a priority. Judged, neglected, abandoned, guilty, and dislike are a few of the emotions Melinda claimed that she's feeling. Now, John recognizes that Leighton isn't calculated or trying to hurt Melinda. He just needs to try and let go of the reins a little bit. And it's something that Leighton thinks that he can try doing. Now, while wanting to put everything that happened this week behind them, both Leighton and Melinda stay. So our golden couple, yet I guess not so golden this week, is Tahanie and Ollie. And for the first time ever, these two haven't had a perfect week. Even so, Ollie says that it was a bit of a doozy for him personally.
So for me, I thought it was like a fun task. Had a great time with Rupert. But when I came back, Ollie was really weird.
And I was just completely passive, just giving her nothing, not really talking to her.
And I hadn't really seen Ollie like that before, so I was quite confused. I was like, look, let me just let him, have some time to himself and, then we can have a chat.
So, Ollie, what was going on?
I think what it made me feel was I was like, oh, shit, like, I've got insecurities and I wanted to be the one spending that time with Tahanie. It made me second guess, like, have I done enough as a partner,
So you weren't sure that you were good enough, or it may destabilise you?
That I was good enough, sure.
What makes you think that you're not good enough?
Like, I think I feel that in every facet of life quite a bit at times. Yeah.
Have you felt this in every relationship?
Yeah, probably, yeah, a little bit.
Ollie, you are more than good enough for
Thank
me,
you.
so please don't feel that way.
Thank you. Yeah.
It sounds like this alternative pairings activity has actually led to some new insights and some awakening.
Absolutely.
And I think we needed it. I won't speak for you, but I'd say I feel the closest I've been to Tahanie. My feelings have been even more confirmed, and it's just, yes.
Well, what are those feelings? Tell us. Let us in.
I think this lovely woman is the absolute tops. When I say that I'm about you and I like you so much, I think you obviously know that.
Yeah.
I'm being sincere.
I think for us, before this challenge, we didn't communicate how much we liked each other. We maybe did in other ways, but didn't flat out say, I really like you. And I think since then, we have been sharing that even more and been, saying that quite regularly now. I think it really brought us together in a sense of being able to communicate that and just having that kind of, reaffirming communication.
So yes, even though Ollie confesses that the whole process made him doubt if he was good enough for the relationship, Tahanie brought assurance to Ollie that he is more than good enough, and John praised Ollie for being so courageous. So yeah, our golden couple is still golden, and Ollie is swooning over Tahanie. He said, I think this lovely woman is the absolute tops, and of course these two little sweethearts choose to stay. So next up is Evelyn and Rupert, or shall I say Evelyn, Rupert, and Harrison, because Evelyn uses her moment on the couch to do what? Call out Harrison, because she's frustrated that Harrison seems to get a kick out of stirring other couples up, and she is not happy that her and Rupert were the target this week.
I think this is probably the time, if you don't mind, if I have a word or make a statement to someone. Is that okay?
Harrison,
Yes, Evelyn?
I think everyone can agree you've made comments about everyone on this couch in regards to their relationship.
Everyone on this couch has made comments about us. That's what you signed up for, love.
You're just a rude guy. You're so rude.
Harrison, come on, man.
Lindall, give it a rest.
Give it a rest. Yeah,
Wow.
give it a rest. Okay.
You enjoy this. I really do think you enjoy this.
I can't with that because that is bullying.
Not bullying.
You're just attacking everyone here.
It's not a surprise that you don't like that.
You went at Lindall, you went at Evelyn, you went at me. You're a grown man talking like that to females. I have some respect.
Don't play the sex card. Grow up.
But the point is, the more I analyse Harrison, the more it pissed me off because he gets a kick out of it. And I genuinely believe that, and it's hurtful. Like, when he sees Leighton and Melinda arguing, I look over and he just looks so smug, and that frustrates me. And last week with the Claire and Jessie thing, I don't think you did that from the graciousness from your heart. I think you purposely did that to throw a spanner in the works. And it comes from a malicious nature.
There's nothing malicious about it.
All right, thanks, everyone. We're going to wrap that up now.
Okay, so have we forgotten that there's actually a couch session going on about Evelyn and Rupert's relationship? Right? Okay, so on that note, the experts return the focus back to them, and it seems like this couple could be having better days. Evelyn shared that, quite frankly, she just felt underappreciated by Rupert and undervalued. She also admits that she feels like Rupert hasn't made much of an effort in courting her, and at this point in the outside world, she could probably would have cut things off. Now, Rupert gets where Evelyn is coming from and says that he wants to take her out on dates but is scared of getting rejected. Mel shared that it's clear that they both want the same things. They're just having some trouble in their communication. And the two of them take the advice and are ready to face the rest of this experiment head on for one more week. So next up is Lindall and Cameron. Now, it's no secret that these two have been trying to figure out the whole logistics and the mobility of a long-distance relationship after the experiment. With Cam's remote work taking him away for months at a time, he says that it would be difficult, but there are ways around it. And even Alessandra backs Cameron into a corner by asking him what exactly are the solutions that he's referring to.
Well, there would be times where I can sneak a week off, and I can either fly to Perth, Lindall comes to Darwin. It's one of those things where I'm going to have to play it by ear. I'm not saying that this is going to be a forever thing, this work thing. That's where I'm at.
The relationship might not wait for you to get that out of the way. How do you see it working, Lindall, once you leave the experiment?
I guess at the moment, Cam will kind of work. We won't know how long that'll be for. It will be remote work. There will be times where we can't speak. The only question I have was like whether I accept that or not, because I feel like there's no real other option for me. We still struggle with communication, conflict resolution, apologising, reassurance. And I feel like that is the basis of a long-distance relationship. I need to know that that connection is solid before I say yes to any kind of arrangement where we're not seeing each other for massive amounts of time. Is it worth the sacrifice of doing that?
So this is part of the conversation that I had yesterday in a video that I did behind the secrets and things about the show. This is why I think it's important to have people living in the same vicinity and making sure you vet properly about their place of employment and if they work, if it's going to keep them away remotely, all of that. And, you know, the question is it worth the sacrifice of doing that? Only these two can determine that. Now, however, Alessandra want to know if Cameron is willing to compromise, and he said he is. But only time is going to tell when it comes to these two. So they decided to stick it out for another week. So next up is Alyssa and Duncan. Now, Duncan opened up about what he calls the hardest day he had in this experiment. And if you guys remember, Duncan broke into tears after a fight he had with Alyssa when they reunited after the whole partner swap challenge. He revealed that he felt pretty broken. He was actually crying, and Alyssa said with all of her emotion that she feels rejected, that Duncan didn't tell her that he cried. Now, she also said that hearing for the first time that he was crying, that's a big emotion not to share with her. But Alessandra reminds Alyssa that this moment is about Duncan, not about her. And then, of course, Alyssa burst into tears. Now, confused, Duncan assures his wife that he's not having a go, but he's just talking about how he felt. And he's met with silence, and it's clearly not entirely clear if Alyssa has taken what he and the experts are actually telling her. But with both of them choosing to stay another week, I guess we have another week to find out if Alyssa is willing to put herself in Duncan's shoes and show empathy. So last but not least is Bronte and Harrison. And these two have had a tumultuous week. And of course, Mel and the rest of us want to know where these two are at this point with all of this controversy. Harrison started out with his position saying that if this is actually going to be a relationship, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. He goes on with this list about some of the boundaries that Bronte has crossed. Bronte can't say she wants to go home in a moment of anger and then take it back. Venting to friends and family is allowed, but she needs to be mindful that she's only talking about his behavior, not character. And Harrison raises his biggest issue, Bronte saying that she felt manipulated by him. To call someone a manipulator is damaging to their character, and it could potentially change their life. Now, Mel wants to know the same boundaries are in place for the way Harrison speaks about Bronte. He says absolutely. And when Bronte says that that's not always the case, she recalls one instance where Harrison told Lindall that Bronte was fake, a liar, and gaslighter. Mel decided to use the same logic against him when she reminds Bronte that those words would be damaging her character. And Harrison, of course, genuinely doesn't recall saying those things. And yeah, it starts the whole conversation.
Harrison, did you say those things?
I genuinely don't recall.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that's not going to cut it. You can't play the amnesia card now. Surely, Harrison, if you called your wife fake and a gaslighter, you'd remember that.
It's when you called Cam and you asked to speak to me and you said that Bronte was a gaslighter and you said she was fake, which insinuated that she was a liar.
They're pretty powerful words.
Yeah, that's why I remember them.
Why are you now saying you can't remember?
I genuinely can't remember saying those things.
I'm asking a pretty direct question.
Just be honest.
I genuinely don't remember saying those things.
And I genuinely don't believe you. And this is a pattern that we see with you, Harrison.
If I could remember saying it, genuinely, I would take accountability for it. I genuinely don't remember saying those things.
Are you calling Lindall a liar?
No, I just don't remember saying them. But if I did say it, then I take accountability for it.
The moment of truth finally comes, and everyone is holding their breath as they prepare for Bronte to finally leave, have her say, and reveal that what? She's staying. And Tahanie sums up everybody's feelings when she said this got to be an effing joke. No, it's not. It's already been reported that she wanted to stay to the end because she has this whole dramatic thing that she wants to do. If you haven't checked out that video, I will link it in this one. And to add insult to injury, Harrison also writes stay after saying he unequivocally would leave at the last dinner party. Harrison then gives a very poetic speech about how he would love to see Bronte in her element during the homestay week. And of course, Ollie piped up because he claims to be sick of Harrison's BS and says, Harry, did you not say at the boys' night that you didn't want to go to Perth at all? You said that Bronte just wanted to hop in a bikini and show off. Melinda Melinda added. And with his hands behind his back, Harrison admits that he said those things. And at this point, with Bronte looking like she looks, she may be regretting her decision to stay, but no, she's not. Both of them are faking it to the end. Okay, so let's get the conversation started down in the comment section. What do you think about our final couple so far as they head into homestays week? At this point, it's nothing too much that we can say about whole Bronte and Harrison situation. We know what that's all about at this point. But what about our other couples, Tahanie and Ollie? Do you think Melinda and Leighton is going to make it? Let me know your thoughts. So I hope you enjoyed this recap. Stay tuned for other recaps and updates on this channel. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you soon. Bye.